Extension sitting down with us this afternoon. Gary, thank you for coming in.
Great to be here, Tyler.
So usually we have some fun here, but it's hard to have fun when we're talking about the topic today, and that is wild parsnip. We have one of the plants that you see on the side of the road. It's up right now. This stuff, some people say, is worse than poison ivy. So what is it?
Well, it's a plant that actually originated in Europe, and it came over to the United States. We're not quite sure how. But back in ancient Greece and Rome, they used to eat the roots of the parsnip. And
really?
yeah, there's a whole bunch of different parsnips, but that's kind of where it came from. But there's some things about this particular plant that people really need to be aware of, and that is that it gets about 2 to 5 feet tall, and it has a chemical in it that if it touches your skin, it can cause some real major problems. And it's important to identify the plant as we have here in front of us, and you can Google it and find all kinds of different things. But the flowers are typically yellow. Most of the time the plant is done blooming this time of year, but where it got a late growing season, so it's still growing for another 2 weeks is my guess. The habitat, you find it all along the roadways. You can drive anywhere around North Iowa and you'll see patches of this plant everywhere. It's just out there all the time. And people are thinking, summer's almost over, I need to go out and camp and everything. And they walk through this stuff and they're going to get a chemical on them called sorolin. And sorolin, once it touches your skin and it is exposed to sunlight, it starts to burn. And it doesn't just itch, it burns. And depending on how exposed you are to it, those burns and those rashes and the blisters can last 2 to 3 months. So we want to make sure people are really careful around this particular plant. We're not going to leave this here for you for a centerpiece.
I hope not.
We want to get rid of it as soon as possible. The way you get rid of wild parsnip, just keep it mowed down, just mow it off, or pull the plants. Make sure you have gloves on when you do that. And you can use chemicals. Roundup 2,4-D will kill it pretty easily.
So if you have some ditches maybe running past your house and it has the taller grass and you notice this there, maybe one of the good ideas is to hook just the lawnmower onto the back of the tractor and drag it across and just chop it down.
You bet, or use a rotary mower or something, just mow it down really well. So.
All right, some great information. It's out there. We need to stay away from it. Thank you so much, Gary, for coming in.
You're welcome, Tyler.
All right, stay with us when we come back. We're talking about a new speed limit in Tennessee, and Tyler has a check of that forecast. That's next.